Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Grand Tactician, the Civil War, a new strategy and tactical war game out by Oliver Keppelmuller, available on Steam. And this is episode number 21 of our Let's Play series, playing as the Confederacy. We are in the process of fighting a battle for Baltimore. Yes, Baltimore, if you haven't been following the series, as the Confederacy was successfully invaded and took Washington, D.C. We just won a major battle in Kentucky, and we are now fighting a battle to conclude the siege of Baltimore. So the war, to say the least, has been going very well for the Confederacy. We haven't been without our setbacks, and in fact, in the beginning of this battle, we sort of pinched off several Federal brigades in this nook near our river, but we made the mistake of charging across that river to pursue those retreating enemy troops, and were mauled ourselves. And so we are in the late hours of the first day of the Battle of Baltimore, with things going overall well for us, but not without setback, with several of our brigades being routed. And we'll see how things play out as we move into the second day of the battle. With that being said, this was taken from a live stream on my Twitch channel, so if you're interested in watching these live and catching the full versions, you can do that there, because I do edit these YouTube videos down a little bit, not dramatically, but I've probably cut a couple of hours out of the live streams on these series. Yeah, anyway, guys, links in the description of the Twitch channel, and let's go ahead and get fighting. All right, well, if the enemy can't come north, then so we're just going to take Daniel Hill's division, position them north. Like, if they can't cross this creek and come east, then why keep all these troops in reserve over here? Okay, Federal cavalry is coming across. Let's see how quickly Jackson get his boys into position. Wood's troops, I believe, have mostly rallied. Stephen Lee's brigade should be able to stem the tide. It's mostly just Federal cavalry. Okay, we're actually almost to nightfall, interestingly. AP Hill has rallied. See if our artillery gets shot to pieces here. They're charging my artillery, huh? No way to get out of there. Not quickly, anyway. The battery's gonna get overwhelmed, or maybe they're gonna push him back. I don't know. Nope, overwhelmed. A lot of generals and headquarters in the north here. Not a lot of troops. The battle is tilting more toward a defeat now from what had been a victory, but the enemy casualties are still much higher, which is interesting. Why is their engagement range so short? The enemy horsemen were pushed back. Probably because of the CS infantry on their flank under Carter Stevenson. They didn't actually lose that many men. Okay. Some fresh Federal infantry coming across. Well, not fresh. They've lost 1,000 men. It's just really interesting how some units lose horrifically and keep fighting, and other units lose like nothing en route. Actually, one good thing about losing the objective and having those units of mine routed is it makes it easier, because we didn't lose that many troops, and 2, it means the enemy's like victory points are higher, so the chance of us inflicting enough casualties to force a major defeat on the Federals is much greater, I think. CS infantry. Shift. Well, it's going to be nightfall in about 20 minutes, I think. I believe at 20 hours. Pike, the brigade's commander who was lost, is coming back up. The brigade that opened the fight. Wickham, another brigade that lost their commanders, coming up. I'm not sure. It seems like Hill's boys aren't really shooting. I'm not sure what the deal is there. It almost sounds like they think they're in melee. I don't know if that's a glitch or something. It doesn't say they're in melee down here. But you can hear them yelling like they're in a melee. And they don't appear to be firing volleys, which I don't understand. Okay. Well, it's also, keep in mind, it's August Lake, so it's a very much summer. I believe seasons influence sunset in this game. Yeah, Hill's boys don't seem to be doing anything. Just sitting there. Someone's firing at someone, but okay, Wickman just moved like I'm hearing musketry, but I think it's these guys down here. It seems like the troops in the north are glitched out or something. They don't seem to be. All I'm getting is melee sounds. So if that's all they can do. Second CS is fighting. In melee. But I don't think it's a commander thing unless you're just saying make sure the commander's nearby for the melee. Okay. I think one of the federal infantry is maybe routing. Drove both those brigades back. More Federals are coming across the river. It's 8 o'clock and it's still not nightfall. What time does the sun set? I don't know. It wouldn't shock me if the enemy withdraws after this day's fight, though. Still have 60 rounds of ammo. The only guys who know how to frickin' use their muskets, the 2nd CS Infantry. Everybody else is just ready to melee, I guess. No musket smoke in the north. Drive them to the river. Retaken Hoyle. Back into the fray. Cool if we could capture an enemy brigade. That doesn't seem possible, though. My own troops are routing now. There we go. Wickham's troops are firing. Sir, river's choked with dead men. We can just walk across. Alright, end of the day. Troops resupplied. Okay, so let's redeploy now. What a mess. Huh? Hopefully our troops have mostly full ammunition. Doesn't look like it. Alright, so we're going to do this. We are going to pull Hood back. Jackson, he's lost about 1,200 men. His troops have moderate ammunition. Daniel Hill's troops, I think, are mostly fresh. 61, 60, or 59. So your boys are going to go... Hill, you're going to go in a single line and deploy here. I don't want to keep them in range of the enemy at the start of the day's fight. That tends to be bad in my experience. Frost, you did lose. You lost about 700 men, but I don't know how heavily you were engaged. Your troops are also mostly good on ammo. So Hood, you're going to be back in reserve. Jackson, you're going to be back in reserve. Frost, you're going to deploy your troops in a single line. The artillery lost a few men. Walton. I mean, most of these guys have decent ammunition stockpiles. And Van Dorn apparently is deployed all the way in the south here by himself. Can't do anything. So... let's get Van Dorn in a double line. We're going to move him up this road to the rear of the Federals. All right. John Bell Hood. Reserve. Hood's in reserve. Jackson's in reserve. Walton's in reserve. Artillery. I don't know if these heights will let you shoot over your friends or not. I feel like we lost a lot of commanders. Where are the other Beauregard's here? Magruder, Pillow with his arty. Where did Lee even go? It's probably down here in this clump somewhere. There's Lee. Honestly, I don't even... The arty, maybe they might be out of range back there. I guess we can move them up here, see what they can see. And then I think maybe this arty can shoot over here. Probably not. Whatever. I honestly don't care too much about the arty. The enemy is not in great position anyway. The firing arc's very poorly demonstrated in this game for what it's worth. All right, Feds, come at me. Retake Hoyle. Sherman, don't burn any railways. Hey, the enemy set up some earthworks opposite of the river. Good job, boys. That was smart. But it's almost a victory. And if they don't attack me, it'll be a victory. And it's a minor victory, but we need just 1% more casualties on the enemy. The enemy's lost 10,000 men. So we've got a good chance, I think, of winning a major victory. Let's see what the enemy does. It doesn't look like they're going to come for the objective. Okay. Well, then go advance on them and inflict a few casualties. Times 10. Speed, speed, speed. Okay. Yeah, I think they're going to withdraw. By the looks of it, they are withdrawing. And Dorn's never going to get up there in time. Although they could just be trying to sucker me into attacking these fortifications. Which I am content to do. Trying to charge the enemy here. Oof. What? No, just whatever. Oh, I think I had the wrong brigade selected. Well, they're routing me a bunch. Every time I try and cross this damn creek, they just push me back. It seems like they're withdrawing, though. All right, Walton, get your boys across at this crossing over here in the north. We might have a better chance there. Jackson, deploy your troops over here. And I guess Wegman just try and engage the enemy here. Yeah, the enemy is withdrawing. So I may not get to the 23%. I just need a little bit more. They're like all clumped up, all weird. So it's a victory. The enemy's retreating. Can we please just inflict a few more casualties on them? My army's in such fucking bad shape. Hey, Bizarre, thanks for the resub 8 minutes ago. My cavalry is nowhere near where they need to be. Yeah. No major for us. It's going to be a minor. There you go. Minor victory. 8,500 casualties inflicted on the Federals, infantry, 1,400 on their cavalry, 40 of their 65 guns, 10,000 total versus 6,000 of our own. Whatever. Battle of Baltimore. Confederate minor victory, but it's a victory. We'll see what our supply situation is. I mean, 10,000 casualties and it's a minor victory? I'm not worried about the guns. They gone. I'm sure we captured a bunch. Major Pillow became a famous inspiration for his men. Oh, yes. Colonel Early has fallen. What did Early even do? Didn't he just sit opposite of the river? He's fallen into disgrace, my ass. I don't know. I just don't. It's weird because I feel like artillery in much more tactical games, like, and that's Scourge of War is like a very zoomed in, very tactical, like place individual batteries type deal. I know how to use artillery there. So I don't know. Anyway, let's see what the battle report is. Battle of Baltimore ended with the First Corps retreating in panic. My command has earned us a total victory with the enemy army running for their lives. The enemy has reportedly suffered a total of 10,343 casualties, 1,100 killed, 2,016 captured. So that's about 3,000 permanent casualties. We lost 6,090 men, 879 killed, 1,965 missing. Morale is confident. We had a really high number of missing. I'm guessing that's because we had so many like attempts to charge and push back. We did capture 6,400 enemy rifles and 20 guns from the battlefield. Okay. Those captured numbers don't match up, but oh well. Officer loss report. Rosier, Pike, and Wickham are all wounded. Okay. So all right, the enemy is withdrawing to the west. Second Corps might actually have might be well suited to move into the valley actually to block any advance there. Baltimore is going to fall to us in just a minute. Okay. Another city falls. Union citizens in dismay. President Davis is ecstatic. Goddamn right he is. Our supply situation is okay, actually. Supplies are 100%. Probably coming in from Baltimore. Union manufacturing and telegraph lines and markets are going to come into our hands. Second and First Corps can be upgraded, by the way. But yeah, Baltimore is ours. Okay. Is Beauregard famous yet? Does he not get credit for these victories? Okay, he's famous. And he's not defamed. So good for him. He's still just 1-star experience. I don't understand how army commanders get experience in this. Lee's famous. Magruder's getting more famous. Longstreet's apparently super famous. He wasn't even in the last battle. Okay. So that's 3 cities, Annapolis and Washington. So we have captured 3 federal cities. We have, plus 5 morale. National morale for the enemy is down to 50%. We're at 100. Morale of the army is 67 and 66. I don't know why the morale of our army is so low. Just the constant battles and casualties, maybe? Federal morale gets to 25 and it'll break. Burn the city to the ground. I don't know that I can do that. I don't know if the South has an emancipation tech. They might. If they do, that's obviously very ahistorical. But I don't know if there's an emancipation option or not. Confederate States colored troops. Emancipation Proclamation. Yeah, that seems unlikely. Okay. All right. 23 more days for diplomacy? Okay, well, whatever. Oh, by the way, the weapons that we captured. What did we capture? Let's see. Weapons. We got some Maynard carbines. No Parrott guns. Maybe some Colt revolvings. Some Springfields, it looks like. I think some of those guns were James rifles. We have 8 in our stocks. Yeah. Nothing too interesting. Some Lorenzas, maybe. Although some of those might have been casualties of ours freeing up weapons. I'm not really sure how that works. But it looks like the artillery were probably James. Okay. So we're going to let these corps rest and recuperate for a while. Meanwhile, the Confederate forces over here to the left are in some trouble. So, are we the ones being besieged? I think we are. We probably need to fight down here so we can pull back to Tennessee. Meanwhile, we also have pushed into Fort Hill House, huh? There's a federal fort. Also, we've pushed into Missouri with 15,000 men under Sterling Price. If we could take St. Louis, that would be great. Missouri and Kentucky are major morale boosters if you can take them. You cannot play as Mexico. Okay. Another port's blockaded, but that's probably just Baltimore. Part of me wonders, like, I feel like playing as the Union would be too easy in this game, but I do wonder if it would be fun to do like a coastal strategy where you just focus on a lot of small amphibious operations. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to fight this battle in Kentucky where we've got, I believe, 2 corps of troops that are behind enemy lines, I guess, somehow. We're going to see if we can end the siege here and then probably withdraw south to get our front line in a better situation. But we'll see how that plays out, and let's go ahead and jump in and fight this battle. I'm a little nervous about this fight in Kentucky here because we are way behind enemy lines, apparently. I don't know that I want to assault. I mean, I'm not the besieger, am I? I don't want to be on the offensive. I'd rather be on the defensive, but whatever it is, I got to break the siege and I don't want to retreat, so we'll go ahead and fight. George B. McClellan. Apparently some of our troops are demoralized. We need to take Daniels over here. With his... Sounds a little like Smithers. All right. So we have both wings of the army, but we don't actually have Albert Sidney Johnson, do we? Where the hell is the Corps commander? Chase. All right. So let's do this. Let's put Chase in a double line. He's going to come up this roadway here. And then Zolkoffer is going to come through these woods. So the objective is Daniels. We have 2 roadways that get us there. I didn't quite see what the federal strength was. It looks like it's 29,000 men. They might have more than that as reinforcements come in, but let's keep it a surprise. So Chase is going to advance up this roadway here through the open toward Daniels, and then Zolkoffer is going to advance out of these woods onto these heights. And let's just, let's not overthink it. So Zolkoffer, you do that. And Chase, you do that. Let's go. It is first thing in the morning because it's us initiating the assault from stationary, so nobody's marching anywhere. And go, 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 go. Times 10 speed. Issuing orders at the Corps level. Chase is getting off to his start first. Chase's Corps is, can't see, 18,000 men strong. I'm assuming the Federals will be here. There they are. All right, let's slow things down. So we're not going to be able to move quite like that based on where their position is. So instead I want to go here. Polk's artillery to go here. Withers. And then Bragg. And then I think Zolkoffer's boys can largely do what they were planning. And we'll see. No entrenchments, so that's going to make this attack easier. Why is he going in like that? Because he's out of room on the edge of the map? Is that why? Okay. Enemy skirmishers on their left. I forgot about Imboden. Wait, why is there an enemy division commander in our rear? What are they doing? Are they advancing? All right, Bragg advance. St. George advance. I just don't understand what this guy over here is doing. Polk's artillery's firing away. At least one of the batteries. The other battery's still coming up. Enemy has some horse artillery. Ransom's brigade has some good experience. These men have some experience. Imboden's boys have sharps, don't they? Or maybe not. I thought one of them did, at least. Porterfield. So the Federals are advancing on me, which is strange, I think. Some of my troops don't have great morale, probably because we're behind enemy lines or something to that effect. Engage at long range, boys. Okay. All right. I don't get why these guys are forming up like that. That makes no sense to me. All right, so we've got a couple of brigades in action. Let's move some of these other brigades forward. Interesting to see what the enemy's going to do here. There's just a lot of humanity crammed into a pretty small area. Looks like Buell must be a brigade commander here, because he's got a detachment advancing. Gardner's engaging the enemy right flank. Why are they in column? Alright, I'm just largely advancing without the consideration of the artillery at this point. Pushing back some of these dismounted federal cavalry. Capped, I believe Steam is the only place to buy this game, yes. Some advancing on that flank. And then we've got Porterfield, who I'll put in reserve over here. I need to figure out how to use artillery better than I do. Okay, so we've already routed the 2nd Brigade by the looks of it, with pretty minimal casualties. The other 2nd Brigade on this flank also didn't actually lose that many men. And then the cavalry unit here, I think they gave a little bit of a fight. It's going to be a fast battle. The enemy is not giving a good account of themselves here. Problem is I don't have much cavalry to pursue them with. Goddamn right, we're gonna send them back to Cincinnati from whence they came. That fiery chasm of doom. Oh, it's on Epic, Jet? I didn't know that. Charge the lads. Give them the cold steel. I don't actually know if this is wise. It seems like charging is usually not a smart thing to do in this game. But fuck it. They look like they're breaking. And if I break my army, well, such are the fortunes of war. I want to take some fucking enemy prisoners. Oh shit, I did break several of my brigades. Still, the enemy appears to be breaking too. Get him, lads! The funny thing is melee combat when you do this doesn't really have much in the way of casualties, it seems like. Spirited charge. Go get him, lads. Alright, well the enemy is going to retreat. There they go. So this is going to be a relatively bloodless battle here. Couple thousand casualties at most. I don't have much cavalry to pursue the enemy with. Maybe we'll get a fair number of, like, prisoners? I don't know. Okay. What a friggin' mess. Well, they're all running in different directions. How do you even pursue that? Our troops, their troops, everybody. Everybody's running. Charge! Oh, we took a volley to the face. It'd be fun if there was a way to, like, actually have a good chance of capturing enemy troops. I did capture, like, 2 brigades early in the war. Been changed so players don't wipe out whole armies. I mean, I guess, like, that didn't really happen in the war. Armies getting wiped out, that is. Very rarely, but I do wish, like, sieges could end with entire armies surrendering, because that did happen. So I don't know why the sieges always seem so unsatisfying. Anyway, it's a victory. We lost 1,400 men, the enemy lost 3,100. Lol, take that, little Mac. A victory, victory, victory. Victory at Hartford. General Hancock loses face. Wait. Poor Hancock. Alright, so we captured 1,500 enemy troops, killed 332, captured 1,800 rifles and 11 guns. And with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up here with yet another victory, this one in Kentucky. We'll see how things play out in the rest of the campaign there. We do have to still withdraw, and but that'll be for another time. So until next time, this is the Historical Gamer, as always, saying thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out. Hey, wait a minute. Another battle?